Are you a solo provider and you're feeling pretty content on where you're at? Well, today's episode is for you. So, I want to talk to those solo providers that you got your business growing and started maybe 2, 3 years ago. You are the only person in your practice that sees patients. And so, you feel that you don't want to take the next step because there's a couple things that you may be feeling right now that you may be feeling that if I try to hire, that's going to be too much for my nervous system and my body. If I try to hire, that's going to be too much to manage. If I hire, that is so much extra stress that I don't want to have to deal with and other people that I have to handle. If I have more people on my team, well, then now I got to figure out payroll and think about how to pay them. I don't really know how to pay them. These are all thoughts as a solo provider that you have trying to take things potentially to the next level. And a lot of times you're like, all that freaks me out and I can't do it. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. You just have to have the right guidance and you have to be willing to invest. It's really all about investment. Number one, I always say invest in a business coach because a business coach is the person that's going to be able to give you that pathway and give it to you fairly quickly. The next thing is do you have processes and systems that are in place for these people? Most of you guys do not. And that's what overwhelms you guys because you don't have expectations set. You don't even have a company culture, really. Well, you don't even know truly what that is. You just know what you do. You don't really have an exact method so that every person that comes into your practice, whether or not it's online or in person, that they have the same methodology, that so they know that the standard of care is the same. Whether or not you treat them the same is a different story, but that there's some standard in your practice that allows people to say, you know what, when I go to see this person or this company, then I know I'm going to get this result because this is their standard. Most of y'all don't have that, and that scares the crap out of you. And I get that. I hire people blindly. I hired over 30 people blindly, and some were a freaking nightmare and some were freaking angels. Okay. And I can tell you through my experience through all that, of all different positions, admin, marketer, sales, front desk, providers, chiropractors, uh, PTAs, like all the different things. Okay. OTs, like everyone. There's so much that does go into hiring. Yes. However, hiring is the thing that will actually give you exactly what you say you want, which is time and money. Those two things. It's going to give you time and money. Now, the real question is, are you willing to learn a different skill, which is called leadership, to then be able to do that? And if you're not, then hiring isn't for you. I would highly recommend you learning skills of leadership because leadership is how you're actually going to get to the next level without pulling your hair out. Most of us, our intuition says as providers, I am so good and I am so comfortable with treating patients. I know I'm the best at it. So I'm going to stay treating patients because that's my comfort zone. But the reality is, if you continue to treat patients, okay, one on one, especially one on one, talking about one on one, whether or not it's online or in person does not matter. Okay, just one on one, online, whether or not you're sitting on a computer screen all day or whether or not you're in a room all day long, does not matter. If you are doing that, eventually there are going to be things that come up, whether or not you get sick. Now, I do not want you to get sick, but if you get sick, how is your practice going to run? It happened to me. Remember, I had a health coach. Her name was Jessica Drummond. Some of you guys know her. She said, Kelly, if you get sick, how is anything going to run? And I was like, it's fine. It's going to run. Literally, she like jinxed me. I'm not kidding, not purposely, but a week later, I got massively sick, had no voice, could not run both of my companies, totally out. And I was like, this is what she's talking about. Okay, let me rethink this. And she was 100% right. I got sick and nothing ran. And I thought I'm a superhero and that I guess these viruses don't affect me, but they do. And they will affect you too. What happens if your family, God forbid, gets cancer, gets ALS, gets some horrible issue? How are you supposed to take care of them if you are stuck with a patient one on one, whether or not that's online or in person? You can't. You can't. What, are they going to be in the room with you? Are they going to be at the teletherapy session with you? Are they going to be at your coaching session with you? Your family member? No. So I'm here to teach you guys different ways to do things because I realized that myself. I realized that when I was building two big companies in the healthcare space, that this was a problem. And I only recognized it 3 years ago. I mean, or not even 3 years ago, sorry, 3 months ago, not even years ago, 3 months ago, because my head was so far into how I did things, how I ran things, and like just how it was, how the system was set up. But like thinking back when I was a solo provider, for me, I didn't want to hire because I could never afford me. Like I could never afford me. No one ever paid me above 85K. So how am I supposed to pay a new grad $90,000 when that's what they're asking? So I was so freaking afraid. I was just so afraid. It took me 9 months to actually hire, and I'm a big action taker. And I was killing myself, 30K a month, every single month for 3 months straight. And I thought, I made it. This is it. I was making an insane amount of money. I've never seen 30K in my life a month ever. And I mean, if I got like $5,000 a month, I was like screaming for joy. 30K a month was a lot of money. So I thought, oh, now I'm rich. I'm good. And boy, was I wrong. I was so wrong. Second, I'm sick. Second, something happens to me or my family, I'm out. The whole business shuts down. Okay. There goes that 30K in 2 seconds. The second my energy starts to go down, which happened because they're making 30K a month, I was like literally living in the clinic. You can't sustain that. That's not sustainable. So if you guys are like, well, I want something that doesn't overwhelm me, that's sustainable, that like that I'm not so burnt out by. The key is to hire. That's the key, is to hire so that you don't feel you have to do everything. But the problem lies is most of y'all just don't want to switch up the skill set that you have. You don't want to trade the patient skill set, which you're really good at, to do something that you're probably not good at. I honestly, to be honest, I thought I was a really good leader. I don't know, naturally feel like I was just a good leader. But boy, oh boy, when you work with people, they will tell you how good of a leader you are or not. And so it was a skill set I had to work on. I'm not saying at all I was perfect. I actually sucked most of the time. Now looking back, I'm a way better leader, but going through the process of it, it was painful. And like no one taught me anything about being a leader. And so that's why at PelviBiz, we have created this program called Power Circle that we allow people to take our systems and to take all the stuff we've had to do to hire so that you guys don't even have to think about it. I had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of payroll to try to figure out these systems and go through all this. Y'all don't have to do that. It's already done for you. The expectations, how to create your culture, how to do your method, all that stuff is very clearly laid out. So you just take it and you say, okay, great. This is what I need to focus on and do. That's it. And once you do that, bam, the practice grows. So I just want you guys to think about, for those solo entrepreneurs that you're like, I got it all figured out. I'm good where I'm at. Like all I want to do is work my 15 hours a week and I'm good. That's cool for like a little bit, but the problem is you're not building any asset and you actually don't have a business because the business still relies on you. The business still relies on you. It's not a business. It's not. I hate to say that, but it's not. You now are sucked into the job that now you created. And so if you want to build wealth, maybe for your family, maybe for your kids, maybe if you're like, look, I got to buy them cars soon, or I got to send them off to college. The way to do that is to hire and have an amazing team that can all work together for one main mission where everyone's goals and dreams get met, not just yours. That's a true leader. That's someone that's stepping into someone that wants to become something higher than themselves and wants to have more impact. And these are the lessons that I've learned. Is solo entrepreneurship isn't it. And by the way, solo entrepreneurship is very freaking lonely. Very lonely. Not many people A know what you go through, and B, they can't relate to you. So all you're doing is in this cycle of, okay, treating and then coming back home, treating and then coming back home. You haven't even thought about level two. Level two is where you hire maybe an admin, maybe a provider, maybe a personal trainer, whatever it may be. You start decreasing your patient hours. I'm not saying, for those people that love to treat, great, you could still treat. I'm not saying you're going to take away all those hours, but you're going to decrease them so that you have time to do other things, to become a leader, to make sure you're auditing your business, to make sure you understand the clear path of how you're going to move your business from here to here. All that's level two. And level three is where you actually have at least two providers on and you're making money and you have your time back where you don't have a schedule. And if one day you just feel like on a Thursday you want to go in there and treat, tell the other provider, hey, I'm taking over, go take a lunch break, go off to a spa day, whatever you want. I'm going to treat your patients today. That's what you can do. And that actually gives you true freedom and it builds you an asset. So for those solo entrepreneurs out there that think they have it all figured out or think that they're good because they just feel good and they don't want to, it really comes down to, I believe, is they don't want to overwhelm their nervous system, which I get. They don't want to learn a new skill. They're very scared. This was me. I was terrified. Um, or they just feel like managing people are going to be a headache. But again, it's all just false beliefs and stories that they're telling themselves. That's actually not true. And that those things can all be overcome to get them over the hump and get them on the other side. But a lot of times people just stay stuck on this side before the hump and they don't want to cross the bridge. And it's the magic happens when you're able to cross the bridge. You grow so much more as a human. You're such just a better person and you're able to actually truly run an actual business. And that's the cool part. So for those solo entrepreneurs out there, if you need help, please text me. Like literally, this is my number, 703-783-2388. Text me. If you need a pathway on what the plan is to get you from here to here, text me. Let me know. I'd be happy to help. Bye, guys.